and we started planning what kind of activities that they would like. It was a very interesting experience. Basically, because there are many things in Japan that cannot be done in the UK. So, for example, we had this um, the hospital buddies, my imaginary friend, and originally our concept was to have little monsters, on the walls. But in England, they said you cannot have monsters because it's scary. It will scare the people, and so oh. I was thinking, but in Japan, everybody likes monsters. So there are some concepts that we also had to adjust, and they wanted something that's really Japanese and traditional Japanese. So we had shodo, we also had origami. So I think there a lot of thought came into preparing all of these workshops because for one thing, we wanted them to represent, University of Tsukuba, Japanese culture, and at the same time, we wanted it to be acceptable or something very likable also to British patients and children and their visitors, their carers, also the staff. And for example, in the origami storytelling and workshop, we decided to teach the patients how to fold origami. But at the same time, one of our students, she's from Hiroshima, and we decided to ask her, why don't you tell the story of the significance of the 1,000 paper cranes in Japanese culture? So in Japanese culture, if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, it's supposed to give you a wish. And from there, we had a storytelling session. So we told the patients all about the legend of the 1,000 paper cranes, the significance of origami in Japanese culture. So in a way, it kind of levels up the experience for the patients. It's not just learning a craft, but it's also learning about the culture from where the craft came from. At the same time, this was very popular. We had a shodo demonstration. It was very popular with our British patients, and it's something that they cannot experience every day. And for them to hold a brush with real ink and see an actual shodo demonstration was really very special. And we had a lot of audience, we had a lot of positive response from this. And also we had the hospital buddies and my imaginary friend. And our artist Daichi Konaka, he made, because we couldn't use monsters, we had to use hospital equipment with happy faces saying that, oh, the hospital is a friendly place. And it was also very popular with children, with visitors, because it was a very hands-on experience, very tactile. They can actually touch the tape, touch the walls, touch the paper, and touch the brushes. And British hospitals are very strict. They have a lot of rules about what you can't touch, what you cannot do. And to see these things happening in a hospital was really very special. And I think these activities were also very emblematic of what we want to achieve, that everybody, that the arts, it transcends cultural or linguistic barriers, that through art that you can really help other people. And also because of these, we had the Fresh Arts Festival, which was also which also coincided with our partnership with University of the West of England. We had our students design spaces. So in the University of Tsukuba, they are already doing that. But this concept of asking students to do design for a big institution like a hospital, they don't really do that there. So they thought, well, if Japan can do it, we would like to try this too in the UK. And so this is what we wanted to achieve. We wanted to show them that the things that we do here in Japan are also applicable for any place around the world.